Hello everyone, this is Cubastic. This video is going to be the best one about 3D printing on my channel so far, because I found this amazing, incredible project. You all know that I print puzzles with a 3D printer just because I love them, and I like to show you the process and try to solve it. So this time I found this amazing project of 10 puzzles. They look like locks and they look exactly the same, but inside they have a different individual mechanism. Accordingly, there are 10 different puzzles with 10 different levels of complexity. And I'm incredibly interested in printing them out with my 3D printer, showing you the process and trying to solve them. Let's go! Especially for this project, I bought some coils of plastic with very beautiful colors, to make our locks look cool. They are small, of course, because we have small puzzles, but here's the problem. This is my 3D printer. Hello, my friend. And this is the standard coil of plastic. So this is a spool that can hold about a kilogram of plastic thread, and look how much bigger it is than a small coil. That's a big problem, because the size of that hole is not big enough. It's too small to hang a coil on the bracket that's on this printer. So I modeled and printed out this new coil holder specifically for this project. It's very simple, it looks very simple. This is how we put the coil in here and rotate. I think we shouldn't have any problems with that. Let's not delay this, fill it with plastic and start to print. The printing has begun, everything is working just fine, the color is amazing, I really like it, the holder is working great, coil spinning, plastic coming in, printing continues. A lot of people have asked, why does the printer draw this rim around the model? It makes these few circles to get rid of the extra plastic that is inside. Maybe there's plastic from the last print, maybe it's just dirty, and in order to get normal, stable sticking to the table during the printing of the main model. We're about to finish printing the second layer and notice this thing. The printer has gone for a moment to the home point to make a shot. This is how the time-lapses are made. After each printed layer, the printer returns to the home point and using a special mechanism that I soldered for this purpose, transmits a signal to the camera to take a shot. So after each layer is printed, the camera takes a shot, and as a result we have an amazing video. And so, as you can see, some of the locks have already been printed quite well. But, as you can see, the fifth lock unfortunately was not fully printed, and it was at this point when my printer broke. But, just in time, I got a new printer that I ordered a long time ago. It's familiar to you if you've seen my past videos. And it continues my project, it keeps printing locks, let's see how well it does, I hope the quality will grow. Well, the old printer is in recovery right now. Guys, back me up with likes, because I spend a lot of time, a lot of energy on this project, just like on every video. That's why your subscription, like and comment will be the best reward for me. Thank you so much for your support. Well, we continue. These 10 locks are one line of puzzles by a very popular maker, also known on YouTube and in the 3D printer community. His channel is called Make Anything, and on each of the locks you can see his logo. Huge thanks to him for designing these 10 puzzles, and now when I've printed them all out, I have to solve them. As you can see, there is a pretty big color palette here, from the brightest to the darkest. And I scratched those colors not for nothing, but to mark the lock from the easiest, white, first level lock, to the most difficult, which is the 10th level lock. It's quite complicated, but unfortunately you won't see a visual solution to this puzzle, just hear my comments, because I can't put you inside. You won't see nothing, neither will I. I hope I can explain everything to you, and hopefully I can solve a level 10 puzzle. And of course all the rest of them. I want to point out that I've been shooting this video for weeks now. It's been a long time. I've got my head all mixed up, so if you ever hear a repeat in this video or anything, please be understanding. It's really hard to make videos about 3D printing when there is such a big project, when it's printed on several printers for weeks. You can't even imagine what I've been through. So if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, please do it right now and press the like button if you appreciate my work. Now let's get to the fun part, solving these puzzles. Let's go. Let's start with white, lock number 1, start with a stopwatch and start to solve. I really hope that a little time will be needed to solve the simple labyrinths. We have to solve it blindly. Just to understand, the essence of this puzzle is something like walking through the labyrinth being blind. By the way, I've already made a bit of progress, but it's not coming out yet. So we have a rod, a key that clinches one small edge to the inner texture of our lock, our keyhole. It's almost out now. When I solve it, I hope I'll be able to show you and you'll understand the essence of these puzzles. Well, it's not easy to do it blindly. Damn! You know, the moment when you almost solved and it turns out you've been walking the wrong way all along, and this is only the first level of difficulty. What happens next? I have no idea. Okay, oh, great, 2 minutes, almost 3, okay, wait, almost 3 minutes we solved the first level of difficulty. As you can see, there's this little bump on the key. And the labyrinth inside, as you can see, has lots of layers, turns, passages, dead ends and so on. Our task is to get this little bump from the beginning to the end and free the key. It took me 3 minutes to finish level 1 puzzle. Maybe all the locks will be solved in that time, but I know that by the end the number of turns and dead ends and the number of tricks inside the lock, they get more difficult. Anyway, let's move on to number 2. Okay, the blue one. By the way, look, it's going out pretty far at first. But it's obviously a dead end. This is the easiest way, so that's why it never works in any puzzle. Alright, let's move on, let's go. You see, it just falls out. I don't like what just happened. Let's try something different. It's really hard to find the turn that you need. And it's also very easy to miss it. Look, I'm right at the end and the key is almost out, but we're stuck. We will have to go back and look for another way. Okay, so I snuck in here. Oh, there it is, great. Here's the trick to... Wait, stop. We're getting pretty much the same, almost 3 minutes was in the previous lock and the same with the second one. The difficulty was that the very last movement is not made from the highest position, but a little bit lower. I mean, we don't keep the key right near the exit, but just a little bit deeper to get it out. Interesting solution. So we're moving to the third lock. Start pressed and we're solving it. This key was at the very edge in just 1 minute. No way! And this lock was solved faster! You know, I think it's kind of random, cause when you're solving blindly you can get right or wrong by an accident. But there was a trick here. To go further, I had to go back. I mean, I took it out to some point and then I realized it wasn't going any further, so I had to take it back, twist, and then it came out. So this is the puzzle. The third level of difficulty is somehow 3 times faster. Well, we have the most difficult versions ahead. So lock number 4. Start. Look how fast it got out. Very quickly, did you notice? I'm sure it's just a trick. All the labyrinths are different inside, and this is the one I don't like the most. When it's almost out in a second, but you realize it's not, and you have to step back once, twice, it's not even twisting here. I haven't been here yet. Okay, I don't know what a lock breakers look like, but I think they are long away from me. Am I close? Or not? How to figure it out? From what I hear maybe? By the smell? I can feel the stern. Even if it's there, it's hard to hit. Oh. Boom! 5 minutes, stop. It took us 5 minutes to solve the level 4 lock. This one made me sweat. It wasn't easy, we're getting closer to the equator, lock number 5. If you notice that they are kinda stripping, those are small defects stripes on the model. This is unfortunately a plastic problem. I've come across some very bad material from which I've been printing this whole project. But the core of the puzzle doesn't change, it functions so we can start to solve it. I wonder if there will be a lock I will solve on the first try, so I'll just take this and pull it out. No? There are still a few attempts actually. Just said it. Can you imagine? There's an unusual labyrinth here. There's a carving. Look. You got it? You get it like a screw out of a nut. I've never seen this kind of labyrinth. So here, as far as I can see, it's like an asterisk, you know? I mean, I can twist, but from more than one point, and every time it goes to a new place. Here, for example, it went a little further. Did you ever think that a labyrinth could be curved like this? It's very hard to explain the complexity of the puzzle when neither you nor I see the mechanism itself. But believe me, it's very difficult. A few times I had to... Got it! Whew! 437, almost the same as the previous one. This one was very interesting. Even if you look here, I've had to go through this carving several times in one direction, back in the other direction, then change the angle a little and again. Anyway, it was quite interesting. This was the one I liked the most so far. It was really the hardest. You know, it's true, with each lock the level of difficulty is growing, but that's only half. There are 5 of the most complex locks ahead. And in the last 5 locks, as you can see, the keys are thicker and bumps are small, because there are a lot more layers of the labyrinth there. I mean, if we had to go through, well, conditionally 5 or 6 layers here to get out, take 5 to 6 turns, there are many more here. And there will be a lot more moves to be made, but with less amplitude. It's very complicated, so I roll up my sleeves and start with the number 6.
7.
6. Let's go. Well, yes, it feels different here. When I'm solving it... Here, almost I feel like I'm walking through so many of these dead ends, going back, going the other way and getting stuck again. It's like... Come on! This is skill, guys, it's a skill already after the first 5 locks. There was nothing complicated about this labyrinth, it was like the first, second, third about its structure, the only thing it was bigger. But here's where luck really comes in, because you are randomly moving this little bump, you randomly go in a random direction, and it might be right. The most important thing is to remember the wrong position of the key so you don't return to it. And so we solved the 6th level of difficulty in just a minute and 25 seconds. 7. Let's move on. I found a lot of options here on the very first layer. On the very first layer we can go anywhere, you see, we have a lot of paths from the beginning. We usually don't have much, so we go right in the labyrinth and we start to get out. And there are only in traces, there are plenty of doors open. It's not gonna be easy. Let's try. Only one of the 6 doors may let us into the labyrinth, and then we have to solve it. I don't think I can understand why it won't go straight. Ah, there's cavern at the end again. I solved it in 4 minutes and 6 seconds. At the end, the last movement was uneven. From here you can see very clearly. It wasn't straight, it was a little bit diagonal. It had to be twisted, that's why I couldn't do it straight. Look, not bad. Okay, 3 of the hardest locks left. Level 8. 4 minutes and 6. So far 5 minutes was the worst result. I don't know how long this lock is gonna take, but we're gonna see it right now. Let's go. Write in the comments what is your favorite color and which of the colors of the locks you like the most. Right here I can't even feel the turns, and here they are like a millimeter to the left, millimeter to the right, and you're on a different path. It's like there aren't even any jumpers, you know, between the walls. It's just like you are walking on a very thin blade here, you know. Step left, step right, and you're stuck. I don't understand a full left or right twist, so it's surrounded with very thin walls. Oh, I got it! 137! Level 8 in 137! Cool! Level 9. Guys, this is going to be interesting, I think. Okay, but 8th level in a minute and a half is a win. Stop. Here we go. I can't get through the first stage yet. It's somehow... Oh, here it is. Huh! Did you get it? In one move, I've got this wall way. I mean, that's our starting position. I turn the key in 90 degrees or in 180 and it's almost out. I hate it so much when you have one huge shaft that you can't walk out on at the end. A tunnel with no light at the end. I understand that there are many turns from this shaft, left, right. It looks like a huge corridor. A huge long corridor with a lot of doors on the left and on the right, and we have to choose the right door. To get into the new corridor, pick the right door again. Come on. Whew. Well, this is where I'm really tired. More than 8 minutes. I felt the tension all the time. What is the sum of the time I've spent on this? I'm afraid to imagine what's waiting for me here. Level 9 was very difficult. You saw how difficult it was? I mean, I went right through the wall corridor and then I had to turn around. And this whole thing is pretty unpleasant. Almost from the middle of the lock, I found a direct way to the right solution, but I honestly didn't understand how I got there. It was so difficult, and the biggest challenge in level 9 was that the levels didn't go even. They didn't go at the same height. There could be 2 levels and there was one between them, and you had to figure out where to go. Well, it was hard not just... I hope you understand. Let's move on. The last level, level 10. I have to say something very important right now, yeah, I guess, before I solve the last level 10 of the puzzle. What I really like about this is the idea. I really like the fact that these puzzles are printed with a 3D printer, that they all look alike, but they differ. First with very beautiful colors, second with the levels of difficulty. I'm very glad that I'm making this video, showing it, sharing it with you. It's cool that you're interested in this. I'm dedicating this luck to you. Solving the 10th level of difficulty is dedicated to my beloved subscribers. Guys, thanks to your support, thanks to you, I'm here making these interesting things that fill my life with interesting events and hopefully yours too. Set the stopwatch on zeros and start the timer. Here we go. I noticed that there are 2 exits, and I don't know which one is right one. I don't even know to which I should move. Now I'm in the starting position again. But I really want to do this because it's going to look like a little bear. Look how cute it is. Okay, I've just gotten as far as I can on this lock. Look, I've come a long way in 3 minutes, but as we all know, getting close to the exit doesn't mean anything, besides we have 2 of them. I wonder if there are 2 ways to solve this puzzle? Or is there only one way? Death to the right, swamps to the left, and who knows what is straight ahead? Who knows what is straight ahead? Write in the comments. We need to remember where we were going and never go there again. Oh my god. Well, that's tough. I wanted to tell my cameraman a story. Tigran, thank you for being with me all these hours. But I was very close to the exit, the story is postponed. Because I solved the 10th lock. 8.5 minutes. Man, it was good, but it wasn't easy. One of the exits was fake, I just noticed it, but, like I promised, it looks like a bear. You can give the bear a like, and if I deserve it, you can do it for me too. Thank you so much for watching, guys, that was amazing! The incredible experience of printing a big, complicated project with a lot of difficulties. So to sum up, I love this project so much. I really love everything about it. The fact that the locks differ in complexity, in color, they are all very beautiful and cool in terms of solutions, in terms of how interesting they are. Each of them is unique. I also love the fact that on this project I faced a huge number of difficulties that I managed. It's all for you. I mean, from bad plastic to broken printer to the troubles solving these puzzles. I was able to do that because of you, for you. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you personally so much for watching this video right up to this point. Because it's almost over. All that left is to say goodbye to you, wish you a good time, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. By the way, if you want to do this in an unusual way, you can press the round button. It's round right here, and you are subscribed. Or you can watch 2 of this video, I'd really love it if you could just keep watching my channel. This was Cubastic, thank you so much for watching, bye and have a good time.